everyone. We are
Hey,
back.
hey,
Another Wednesday of the Felisa and Deborah show.
another
Hey,
one
hey,
bite the dust.
hey.
Another one bite the dust. Hey,
Absolutely. So we appreciate you guys joining us, and we are continuing our series on talking about these young people, talking about these young folk. And if you were here last Wednesday, it was signing off. I mean, we had the chat was on fire. People was providing their input, their feedback, and that's what we wanted this show, right? Although we just two country girls talking, we want your feedback because it helps makes the show more interesting, more interactive. And so we got another show for you tonight. And like I said, we're staying on the topic in the lines of those children.
woo!
There's go ahead, Lisa.
I ain't said nothing. I said, woo!
Absolutely. Okay, so I was about to say, there's this one TikToker. I don't know his angle. I don't know his name on TikTok, but he has this series talking about. I guess his line is "F them kids,"
Huh!
but we ain't giving up on the kids. So we ain't
Mm-hmm.
doing that over here.
F them
Those
kids.
the kids are important. Yeah, he has lived, and I know it's all in jest, but everything is energy to me, and I don't like to put things out there like that, even if it is all in jest. But we're here to talk about how we can help them kids. Okay,
Can I add to that?
go ahead. The floor is
F
yours.
them kids. F them kids. F them kids. I've been saying it for how many weeks?
I love it.
No. I'm with him. Whoever he
Lisa,
is on TikTok, I'm with him.
come on now. Why you saying that now, Lisa? We
Hmm.
trying to help us
Hmm.
help them kids.
We are helping them.
How you help them?
We raised them. We
Okay.
was there for them. We
Yes.
did things that needed to be done for them. We did as a mother and a father. We did it all. But when they
Okay.
grew up, they became somebody else. And over time of this back and forth with these kids, these children, these children, I'm saying it. F these kids.
Well, I just don't
Now,
like.
now the younger generation, the little babies, from birth to
Mhm.
21, I got you. But when you want to be grown, disrespectful, talking back, and doing all this and that and third, F them kids. Because when I get sick and tired of you, you know where you can go.
And you know what? And since you said that, it did remind me that his kids are like in their 20s, and they still, not, they're out of the home, but they're not. They haven't embraced full responsibility of being grown and out on their own. So, yeah,
Now,
just to
can
add
I
that.
can I interrupt? Can I ask you a question? Do
Yeah.
you know this? Do you know this person personally?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
Well, it sounds like that person has been like a lot of parents out here, been there for their kids the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
And those
Yes.
kids, even though they're in their early 20s, they are at the point where they have gotten on his everlasting nerves. They might be spoiled. They might be neglected or whatever. He may be a single parent. You never know. That's
You
why
never.
I asked you that you know him personally.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
we're about to get into it right here on question number one. So we're gonna piggyback off that. I'm not saying F your kids, like don't be there for your kids, stop loving your kids, but I'm saying F them grown children.
Don't let them drain you dry.
F them grown children. Them grown children need to be. Them grown children need. They'll never know what it is to be out here in the real world if we as parents, if we're gonna babyfy them for the rest of their life.
Well, and you know what? We're gonna go. See, I can
Go ahead.
carry
Go
that
ahead. Number
I can carry that
one.
conversation on.
Look. Number one. Go ahead, Deborah.
how has technology, cell phones, iPads, smart TV, anything that's connects to the internet, how has technology changed communication?
I'm gonna let one of our listeners, one of our people that's watching,
Chime
um,
in. We want to
We
hear
we,
from
we
you
got
guys.
we have an audience. Um,
Tip over. Thank you for joining.
hey
Miss
Tiff.
Bergs, you back in the house. Thank you,
Hey
thank
Miss
you, thank you.
Bird. Hey.
Absolutely. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, Miss Wanda. Welcome,
Hey
welcome, welcome.
Wanda. That's my cousin. Hey girl.
Okay. So
Hey
we're just
girl.
the first question. How is technology changing? I'm gonna go and start that one off, Lisa.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How about okay? You got Miss. I'm just gonna make up some names. So you got Miss Felicia sitting over here, and she's friend with Miss Tina. And
Huh.
instead of having a face-to-face conversation with each other right across the table from each other, they were the texting. They're texting. I mean, they're literally sitting right across from each other and they're texting each other. They
Uh-huh.
don't. So their technology, for one, has messed up communication because communication has many layers, right? I mean, there's
Uh-huh.
different forms of communication.
Uh-huh.
There is verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and gestures. And
True.
so when you're predominantly using nonverbal communication on your phone all the time, you're not catching the full scope of your conversation with the other person. You
No,
don't
you're
know
not.
how your words are is being received by this other person. You may have said something that may have just triggered that person or pissed them off, but you'll never know because you're not looking at their facial expressions,
And
their
they're not saying
gestures.
anything, they're texting.
They're texting. And so if that is going on amongst just two friends, so just imagine how that trickles over into reality into the world when you get out there and you don't even know how to talk to your teachers, you don't know how to talk to your pastors, you don't know how to talk to your aunties, your uncles, your grandmama, what? Huh? What you said instead of like you said last week, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, no, sir. Yes, sir. So they're missing the full scope of what communication is because technology is doing it for them.
No communication. The word is right there at the bottom, right in front of the question mark. No communication.
No communication.
And it's not your fault, it's not my fault, it's not y'all fault. Um we didn't invent cellular devices, we didn't invent PlayStations. We didn't invent, when I say we, like the mothers. We just
Right.
our we got pregnant, had a baby, birthed a baby in this world, these kids in
Mhm.
this world, trying to raise them to the best of our ability. And in 2024, this is where we are. Because like we also said last week, um, you got babies, little babies that's just been born,
Mhm.
will have a fit if the mama won't let them see the cell phone.
Right.
If they won't play a nursery rhyme on the phone, because babies get used to that. And so when they're born and see the bright light and
Mhm.
their memory, because they're developing in the womb. See, babies, we go through three things of life of developing. Womb, when we're being developed in the womb,
Mhm.
when we're born and we're being developed here in the world, and a lot of us before we leave this world, we turn back to a baby. So we go through it three stages in life. And when a baby gets a phone and can stop crying, okay, mamas. Okay, y'all mamas out here, these young mamas. It's the young mamas now. Is older women still having children besides that other girl? Because I don't know if I can call her name or not. I don't want to get in trouble. Janet Jackson.
What?
Because she was 50 when she had her first baby. Is older women still having babies, still having children?
I probably would say so, although I don't know any.
Well, I'm asking for a reason. If some of y'all know, drop the comment down here if y'all know somebody that's like in their 40s and 50s still having babies, because I want to know. But most of the women that I know now, our younger mothers, are young and they don't even breastfeed anymore. No connection with the baby. So the easiest thing
Mhm.
to do is to give the baby a phone or iPad. And then as the child is growing up and being developed, Um, whether the child learn how to feed itself before it turns 1,
Mm-hmm.
hold a sippy cup,
Mm-hmm.
learn how to walk, learn how to say no, no, mama, dad, learn
Mm-hmm.
how to point, tap you and point at what they want. If they're not doing that by the time they're 1, and all before y'all jump down my throat, I know all kids develop differently. That's not what I'm saying. You got 1 million kids being born in this world a year. All of them ain't developing the same way. Okay, so before y'all jump on me, what I'm saying is, if your baby, who you just had, if a phone or some type of device can comfort your child, where they can throw a fit, and when you lay the phone there, because I see it on social media all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
they stop crying, that's a sign.
That's a
Then when they
sign.
get older, by the time they 5, y'all go out and get them a cell phone like they got a job, and they
Yep.
have a fit if you take their phone, because if they 5 and in pre-K or Head Start or first grade or whatever grade you in by the time you 5 or 6, why?
Why?
There's no
Yep.
communication. That word right there in front of that question mark.
There's
Communication.
no communication.
You're
Absolutely.
leaving technology up to raise your children.
Absolutely.
Let me drink
If
my
they
tea,
had a
girl. Let
drink,
me let me drink my tea.
let me drink to that. I got a co-sign there because I mean that's what basically what I was about to pivot into. I mean the device is essentially teaching your kids a faceless device, an expressionless device, a device that has no emotions, no connection to human beings is raising your child. So your child gonna be walking around here like one of those androids
Come on now. Come
with
on
one of
now.
those nanotechnologies that is just void of all emotions. And so what did it tell you? They don't know if a person is in distress, and because they will feel nothing from it. They don't know if a person is hurt or sick. Or they won't even know how to bring out the human element of emotion and empathy to empathize with that person. So it is very important, especially when these kids are coming up, like Lisa said, from a social standpoint, being able to socialize with other kids, being able to just socialize in general. Because when they get out into the world, I mean, it's a whole different ball. And that is the reason that we are thinking that's the reason that we're seeing in the world today our kids in such distress because they allow a device to raise them. So, with that being said, let's go to some of the comments. Ms. Burke said it has an effect my 9-year-old son in our communication. I work in technology, so for me, I'm for it to an extent. But when I was younger, I did allow him to have an iPad with educational apps. She said I did block access to YouTube and social media. Um, and Tip over said I don't even know if I want to read your comment too, because but I'm gonna go ahead and read it because it's to Miss Lisa. Not get off the subject, but Lisa, I like that look you had last week. That's that tank tank baby.
What?
You
What?
like your look last week? Do you remember what you had on?
No. Did I have on a wig? Good.
I think you said you had on a tank top. Did you have on a tank
Look, Deborah, look. Oh.
top?
Now, Tip, we're supposed to be doing a grown-up, constructive, positive show here. This is not fashion barn. We are not introducing. We're selling merchandise, not fashion. Did I have? I think I had on a good last week. I don't know what I had on, but anyway,
I know, but I know the fans
back
keeping
back to the
up. The
subject,
fans
baby.
keeping up with you. All
Uh,
right. All right. We're gonna move on to the second question here. Um, I don't
Miss
know
Burke
what.
said I did block girls. Y'all know I can't see it. Let me put on the focus. Miss Burke said I did block access to YouTube and social media. Okay, Miss Burke.
Yeah, those parental
Correction to an
controls.
extent. She said correction to an extent. Oh, okay. She said to an extent. Okay.
What you
Um.
can do, what you can
Uh.
do. You can put those parental controls in place.
Thank you, Tip over. He answered my question. He said, "Hell yeah, older women still having children. They still punking, pucking, pucking.
Now, Lisa.
They still pucking. Tip over. I love the way you put that. I love the way you put that word, boy. They still pucking. Thank God we don't have no artificial technology.
Okay.
Stuff out there that help make the babies. See, I don't know how far I can. I don't know how far I can go on the tube, Deborah. I don't know how far I can go on the tube, Deborah.
Go
I
for it,
don't know
Lisa.
how far I can go on
Go
the tube,
for it,
Deborah.
Lisa. Go for it, Lisa.
I don't know how many. How are they making artificial semen now, where you can just go buy you a baby? Tell since they still pucking. Pucking. That boy right there. Good God Almighty. Go ahead, Deborah. Welcome to the DM Fusion Show, y'all. Where we live right here full in effect. Come on, girl. Come on.
Please like, share, and subscribe. And we're gonna
Please.
want to remind you guys that at 7:30 we will be opening up the lines for you to call in. Please call in. We want to hear your voices. We appreciate the chat, but we want to hear your voices. We want to have that verbal communication, as we were just talking about the nonverbal communication taking over. So you guys call in. And the number is 901-479-6733. 901-479-6733. Facebook, if you're still on Facebook watching live, I'm telling you, it's over here. You can see the live feedback that we get in the chats. You can interact. Just come on over here and join us, because the conversation is getting heated and it's getting good. So, with that being said, Lisa, question number 2. You ready for question number 2?
Let me go back. Let me find my glasses, honey. You know I can't see. Question number 2. Example of misunderstanding caused by younger people, resilience on technology. Did I say that word right?
Reliance.
Reliance on technology. Let me correct myself before Tip over chime in.
I don't know. That's a tough one for me to dissect. I mean, Tip, Miss Bergs, Miss Wanda, you guys got some feedback for us on this particular question?
Wanda, you have I know you have one teenage daughter, and Pumpkin has some teenage son. Talk to me, Wanda. I want you to answer this one, Wanda. I'm calling you out, baby girl.
Are you being called out now?
I'm calling you out, baby girl. I'm calling you out. Facebook Live. We are right here on YouTube. There's the link right there. Click on that. Come on over to YouTube where we're live, full in effect. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
All right, we can let's rephrase the question, because we got a rephrasing of it. That may help.
Okay.
Can you provide specific examples of misunderstandings or miscommunications that have arisen due to younger people's reliance on technology, and how have these situations been resolved?
I'm gonna let one of our viewers answer that one, Deborah.
Okay. So
but we're not gonna now, Harpo, don't y'all make me wait too long now. Harpo, don't make me wait too long now.
Got me and the baby be waiting.
Mm. Go ahead. Go ahead, Deborah. We got a small delay on the response. Go ahead, Deborah. I'm gonna shoot your shot, baby.
Well, I just wanted to say, since you want to pull out a scene from The Color Purple.
Okay, well,
back then there was no. I don't even think there was any telephone.
Okay.
Were even telephones back then?
Look, Miss Burke answer. Look, Miss Burke answer.
Okay.
Sorry for cutting you off, but Miss Burke answer.
No, it's fine. Let's see. I think it's a misunderstanding for everyone, not just younger people. We all are relying on technology, especially phone. That is so true.
Miss Burke. Okay, girl.
That is so true. I mean, I'm guilty, because I done found myself, I'd be more quicker to text somebody than to call them. So she's right. We have to watch it too. That technology is sucking all of us in.
But you know what? I don't like to text.
You don't like to text?
I text y'all back because I have to. You know, the producer, I have to get it where get in where where it is. But I hate texting. I do not like to text.
Wow.
I don't like to text. I don't like for nobody to put me on hold long. If you say a minute, I'm watching.
Okay.
I do not like to text because I feel like now if it's something quick, like okay, yes, no, yes. But if I'm trying to have a conversation with someone, like earlier today, I was having a conversation with someone, and they were texting, and I'm like, well, damn, if you texted me a whole full paragraph in an essay, you could have been picked up the phone saying what you had to say me through with this dog, this bullshit. What you doing? Why are we texting back and forth? Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry, y'all. With this bull crap, what you doing back and forth?
Express yourself. Express
Because
yourself.
texting, it's in this phone that we're on. Texting this long, these essay paragraphs, you could
Right,
have
right.
called me in a minute and said all that.
That's true. Now, yeah, as long as it's sweet, short and sweet, I'm with you. But if it's something that can be better said and expressed on a phone call, absolutely.
Now, I know I read what Miss Burke said, and and I do agree with her 100% because I'm guilty as well. We all are guilty. If we have a phone or any type of technology, whatever, we all are guilty. But our younger generation have just taken this technology thing overboard. This technology is raising our kids, y'all.
It
Where we
is.
at?
It is. I have to agree.
Where are we? No,
I
no. Let me say it like I feel it. Where we at? Where we where we at?
right, right.
Let me
I,
dress the tea.
but and a point to us, I mean, we weren't raised up with the phones, right? So we do know how to communicate. We do know what it means to pay attention to facial expressions and gestures. So I'm gonna, give ourselves a little clap. Okay, we got some feedback from
Look
Miss.
what Simone said. Look what Simone said.
She said, "I say we rely on them because we was introduced to them at an early age."
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Now, this is coming from a younger person. This is coming
And
from
and,
a
and
younger
I
person.
just said that. I literally I know Simone was gonna write that. I just
Hmm.
said that.
Hmm.
When they're born, to keep the baby quiet, we put the phone right there in front of them, and
That's
their
true.
eyes get used to the bright lights and the sounds. And as they are developing and getting older, they're learning how to maneuver and find the icons, badges on your on the home page,
Right,
the
right.
YouTubes and the Netflixes, and they know how to go to Coca Melons and all the other stuff. And
All
then
of it.
as we're growing up, your kids can be right there in the next room. Excuse me, and you can be right in the next room. Your kid, instead of coming in there saying, "Mama," blah blah blah, they'll text you.
Oh, it happens. It happens in our household.
That one-on-one communication is gone.
It happens. It happens. And I don't know if it's laziness. I mean, because it would
It's
literally take you
technology has made it so easy.
so easy. So easy.
That's what it is. It's
It
not your
is.
fault. It's not my fault. It's not their fault. This is where we are.
Yep.
And it's
So it's
only
like
going to get worse.
it's gonna get worse, especially with them introducing virtual reality. You ain't gonna want to communicate and talk to nobody. You gonna have everything DoorDash. You can walk. You can work from home already. You gonna have food DoorDash, cleaning supplies DoorDash, everything DoorDash, and you gonna get to the point you want it. Makes you think if it's all a plot.
Well, now this is the world that we live in. This is what it has been forming to be, and
Hmm.
it's gonna get worse. Now I'm gonna say this, and I don't care what nobody say. It's just effed up all the way around, and it's gonna get worse because they're talking about in a couple of years chipping people. So I'm already being chipped, and
Yep.
our babies, a
Let
lot
me
of them are
charge
gonna
my
be
laptop.
artificial. They already making all this artificial food.
Hmm.
This processed
I
robotic
seen,
food, huh?
I seen something. Not to cut you off. You were
Oh,
talking
you
about the
fine.
artificial food. I seen a clip where in virtual reality they have it where it's like you can in virtual reality, it's like you can taste the food. It like changes the senses and your taste. It's so weird. I couldn't grasp the full concept,
Thank you,
but I'm
McDonald.
like,
Thank
not
you.
in my world, not in my world. So yeah, you own something with that.
Um, it's just gonna get worse as the years go by. You know, they're already making electrical cars. Before long, it's gonna be robotic cars. You remember the TV show The Jetsons? That
Yep,
was all futuristic.
yep.
Okay, well, that's where it's headed. Okay,
And there's one that's already been manufactured that's coming out this year. A flying car.
I was looking at I was looking at something on social media because that's where we are. I'm guilty of being on social media too. Um, um, and they have these robots,
Mhm.
waitresses in some state, and it's here in the United States. It's not overseas. It's here in the United States. Robot waitress bringing me my food. Now, what the hell am I gonna do with that?
You
I
gonna
don't
give them
know if
your
the
order?
food gonna be or none or
You gonna
both.
let them take your
I don't
order?
know. I don't know. Did they play in it before they brought it to me? I don't want that. But that's
What?
what it's coming to. Take a look at these stores, like these big stores. Um, we're talking about technology.
Uh huh.
Uh,
Uh huh.
can't sue me for this either because it's already out there. Walmart, they don't have people at the register anymore. You have to check yourself out. Technology. If you're not up on your technology A game, if you can't read and don't understand that screen, you're lost. If you don't have a kid with you, you don't know what the hell to do.
That is true. But like I
So
okay, yeah, that's true.
go ahead.
But see, okay, we kind of hit on it last Wednesday. What age is appropriate to give them a device? And as you were saying, we're moving full speed ahead into this AI world. What to where they're not left behind? What age is appropriate?
I
Anybody
think
out there? But that's for Lisa. Anybody out there? But we want to hear from y'all.
I think we should it's just me, okay? Y'all, it's just coming from me. I think by the time if they're if they're walking to school, and I don't think nobody is walking to school anymore. I think if they have after school activities,
Okay.
I think because they need to be able to communicate with mom and dad, let them know practice is running late. Can I ride home with so and so
Mm-hmm.
and so and so? Parents, excuse me, need to be able to contact with them and say, "Hey, I'm running late.
Mm-hmm.
Ask, let me can so and so drop you off at home or bring you to my job or whatever." I think if the kid is responsible enough for the phone,
Okay.
because just to buy your baby a phone for Christmas or their birthday at 5, I don't care if you're rich, mega rich, billionaire, trillionaire, gazillionaire rich. I don't think a child, a baby, needs a freaking phone. Even though you grown, you do what you want to do. That's your money. You buy what you want to buy. But I'm just gonna tell you on Flatfoot right here on DM Fusion TV, you handicapping the damn child.
Y'all better listen to Lisa. Y'all better listen to
You're
her.
handicapping that child.
Food for the
If a
soul. Y'all better
child can
listen.
operate a phone at 4, 5 and can't spell a name, can't read and write in their school, can't tie their shoes, and don't know how to wipe their little snotty nose, don't know their colors and ABCs, you are failing as a parent. Why do the child at 5 need a phone when the child can't even count to 5? Talk to me, y'all.
You better listen to her. You better
I'm
listen
straight.
to her. Hey, Miss Burke said it's our fault. She agreed with you. She said it's our fault because the parent choose not to interact with the kid. Our attention span dealing with kids is short. And then, but Miss Rita Lawrence said that school has a lot to do with it too. Now, Rita, I'm gonna need you to give us a little bit more info on that one.
Give Rita the number and tell Rita to call in. I know
Call in,
Rita.
Rita. You don't mind calling in, Rita. If you call in, Rita, you may be the next one who's gonna get a free Felicia Endeavor Podcast Church. So I'm gonna give you the number: 901-479-6733. 901-479-6733. We like
Call in.
burgers.
Call in, Rita, and elaborate. If you I would love for you to elaborate on that. Could you please call
Yes.
to that number that Deborah just put out there? Do it again, Deborah.
901-479-6733. 901-479-6733.
Okay, you guys that are watching here on YouTube, on Facebook Live, if you want to chime in to the Felicia and Deborah podcast show, let's talk about it. You guys can click the link below that our producer has put right there. You're gonna see his name coming over to YouTube channel right here that you guys see. And even if you don't want to come over, because we've been noticing that last past couple of weeks that a lot of you guys are comfortable here on Facebook, but feel free to call into this
Come
number
on.
901
479
479
6733.
6733. Y'all call in. If y'all don't want to come to the channel, that's where we want you at. But call in because we want to hear your voices. We're gonna wait on someone to call. Rita might call, but let's go down and see this should respond. Um, but she might call.
All right.
Um,
Let's see. I don't think she has.
I see what Simone said when they start middle school. Okay, she said she feels like that's when they should have a phone when they start middle school. Okay, I agree because
She
a
got
lot of
one.
them are in after school
Mm-hmm.
activities.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's tutoring, um, uh, sports. So I mean, we're on the same page, Simone. I mean, you are right with me.
She
You know
can.
what? We here. We here.
She can relate because that's the age when she got her own phone. And the reasoning behind that for me and her dad was because she was riding the bus and she would get we would both be gone from work before well actually she was be getting home from school before either one of us made it home.
Hmm.
So even though the house was like literally right there, anything can happen between
Right.
that distance. You don't predators are everywhere. You don't know where they're lurking. She
Right.
needed a way to get in touch with somebody. So
Right. So I
yeah.
agree with her. Yeah, when you're in middle school, where you can talk, run, scream, yell, you know, if a kid is 5 or 6 getting off the bus and got a phone, and if a stranger pull up, a pedophile, the kid may or may not know the phone may have them distracted, get snatched. But if and it can happen to me, and I'm a full grown woman. I could be on the phone or doing something and get snatched. But at least I'm grown. A
Hmm.
baby walking down the street with the phone on the sidewalk with a phone is not paying his or her surroundings no attention
Are they
because
walking home alone at 5 and 6?
huh
Are they walking home alone at 5 and 6?
they might be walking to the bus stop. A lot of parents don't go to the bus stop. They'll stand at the door and look. A lot of them don't.
Okay, I'm out of touch. Cause no
A lot
ma'am.
of them don't.
Not I.
you
Said the
know, you know these kids like up in New York and Chicago, they riding subway buses. They know how to run walk, they know how to operate the subway.
at
And I
five
know because
and
I was in
six,
New York. I was in New York recently, and them little kids was on the subway. They showed us how to work how to do the little subway thing to pay to get on the
five and
subway.
six.
They were little with their little backpacks on their backs.
Well, we just two country girls talking. However you do it, however you do it. But I
But
could not fathom it. I could
but
not
but
fathom.
but what I'm saying, you got the little kids, okay? You got these little kids walking to the corner stores by themselves. Walk to their neighbor's house by themselves. We up and down the streets by themselves. Riding their bikes by themselves. I see
Whew,
all this. I see all this stuff.
whew, okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna go back to the chat. Simone said, "Look up iCarly." Now, Simone, give us a little bit more detail on what iCarly is all about. I'm out of touch with iCarly. Miss Suzette Allen, thank you. This is your first time for joining on the Felisa and Deborah podcast. Thank you for coming and
Hey,
joining.
Susan.
Hey, how you doing?
That's my
Please.
cousin.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cousin Nashville
Welcome.
checking in.
Cool. And Miss Burke said she agrees she's not getting. She said, "I'm not getting my son a phone." And Tip over said, "My child will be coding and designing program software for and understand the dangers and use of it."
Okay, tip over.
Little education. Little
Woo,
education. We
woo,
appreciate it.
woo. Okay, tip over. Okay, tip.
Little
Tip.
education.
Tip. Tip is in the building.
All right, Lisa, your cousin Rita responded. I
Okay.
don't think she calling in because she said she eating.
Okay. That girl can cook too.
She said when we was in school, we couldn't use calculator while taking tests, and we had to write out our work. No, the school is putting them in front of the computer. Oh, she did elaborate. They're putting them in front of the computer so the computer can't read to them. Ah, that's a disadvantage. That is a disadvantage because you're right. It was a luxury. I don't know if it was because of funding, but no, we didn't have access to computers like that when I was going through school.
And the school that I went to, I'm not gonna call no names.
Go ahead, Lisa.
No, I'm not. I'll be sued by in the morning. I'll be sued before we get off. Before we read, I'll be sued before you read Miss Burke comment. Read Miss Burke comment right there, Deb.
Wait a minute. That's the one we read on Miss Burke. Sabong has come up with. She stated it's about them having
Uh-uh.
peer phones.
Uh-uh. She said, girl, she can,
Always typing out how they feel, all on social media, robots serving their phones, etc. Oh, okay, okay.
she said what I did was got him a watch called Gab, which allows
Oh,
me,
missed it.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Which
Go ahead.
which okay, which allows me to add the people that he can call to. Okay, girl, now you on to something. In case of emergency,
Yeah.
no one outside the contacts I added, he cannot call, text, and vice versa. Okay, now you
Okay.
said it's called Gab, Gabb, and you can put who in there who you want him to be in contact with. He can't go back and untangle it and add nothing else. Cause see, Miss Bird, you know these kids are smart. You know these technology baby born now. They know how to get around everything. You know, so you need to tell me a little bit more in depth about this Gabb phone Gab watch.
That is beautiful. That's why we want the
Yeah.
feedback, right,
Now, if
Lisa?
that's working for y'all,
Yeah.
a lot of y'all parents on both of these sites, y'all, it's called the Gab Watch. And you put in the contact who you want your children or a child to be in contact with. And they cannot go back and undermine you and go back and try to reconvert and add and do whatever. I don't know what the Gab Watch is, but it
Mhm.
sounds like what Miss Burks is saying here. Y'all might need to get off into that right there. But make sure you got 911 in there if you ain't got nothing else in there.
Yes. Oh, that is beautiful. That's the type of feedback.
Beautiful.
That's how we help.
Miss
Okay.
Burke, girl. Okay
Hi
now.
there, Miss Burks.
Okay.
I had to call in to explain to Lisa.
Come on. Explain that. We got Miss Burks online, people.
Lisa, that guy watch, they have no access to that watch. They cannot do anything else other than what you put on that watch.
Oh.
You can even set it to where those people cannot even call him in a particular time. So if they're in school, they can't get any call. But he can make a call in case of an emergency. But also, if I set that school or whatever location as a safe place, when he steps out of that away from that location, it notifies me, and I can track him in real time.
Oh.
And it'll tell me exactly where he's going.
Oh wow!
Talk to me, baby. Educate me.
Service.
Oh.
Now that's beautiful.
Educate me. Now, Miss Burke, I think my kids are 30 and 26. I think I'm gonna invest in one of them for myself. I think I'm gonna invest in one for myself because spam blocker, bill collectors, and all the pastor, the deacon, the first lady, family want to borrow money, want a cup of sugar. You all this, I'm gonna get me one. I'm watching, girl. Thank you so much, Miss Burke, for calling in and explaining that to me because I've never heard of the Gab
Me
one.
either. I have not
Never.
either. Now that's technology. Yep.
From parents at his school, at his school, because I was asking them like, how do they get in contact with their kids? And
right.
They told me about it, and it was the best investment.
Are they expensive?
And where can people get it? She wants. Are they expensive? And where can the parents that are listening in that are interested? Where can they get one?
It's called. You go to Gab. It's called Gabb Watch. Gab.com, or you could go on Amazon. So I waited until around Black Friday time. I think the watch was roughly about $80, but I got it 50% off. During Black Friday, so I only paid $40 for the watch. And then I paid $14 a month for the phone service, so he can get calls and texts. So and the GPS tracking.
Great investment.
Yes.
Great investment. Great investment. Thank you so much for calling in and explaining that because we got parents watching on both sites and they need to know that exists.
Right.
It's an alternative to the phone. That is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yep.
Thanks for the
Yep.
feedback, Miss Burks. Thank you for calling in. All right.
Well, we had our caller. So read what Rita wrote because I missed it.
All right. Give me just a moment here while I get us
Okay.
situated for the next call to come through. All
The
right.
the Gab
Uh,
watch. I got to get me one
the
of them
Gap
watches.
Watch. Um, Rita, when we was in school, we couldn't use. Oh, she was saying when we were in school, we couldn't use the calculator, right, to even take a test. So now they're putting the kids in front of the computer at school, so the computer can read for them instead of them reading for
It's
themselves.
hurting. It's hurting. That's why when they get to the
Yes,
11th, 12th grade, they got to take this test at the end of the year if they're a senior to clarify whether they're going to be able to graduate or not. And see that right there, like I've been saying, Deborah, it's hurting our children. They can't read.
they can't, and it is, and it
They
is
can
at
text,
that should be
but
the
they can't
national
read.
emergency, Lisa. That should be the national emergency. These kids can't read. It's sad. And it's across all races. It ain't just blacks. Let's put
It's
that out
all of
there.
us. Black,
All of them.
white, Hispanic, Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, purple, red, green, yellow. How many colors in this shirt? Green, orange. It's all races. It's
It is.
everybody. Everybody is guilty to our children. Technology raising our children.
Absolutely. We talked about the village last Wednesday. It takes a village. It does. I mean, because you can only do so much because, like you said, mom, dad working. Who do they spend most of their time with? They're at the school with the teacher, with their peers. It takes a village. It takes a village. Now look, the chat
I,
is popping. Go ahead.
I got one thing to say when you get
Go ahead.
finished.
I'm done. Go ahead before I go to the
Can
chat.
I
Go
speak
ahead.
on the behalf of the teachers? Because I used to teach school. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I
Go
am
ahead.
Mrs. Weber. I used to be a school teacher, Miss Weber. Yes, I am.
Speak
I wear
on
the
it.
hat. I wear that hat proudly. I taught y'all pre-K, y'all babies that was some of them was still in diapers and on pacifiers when they came to school. Yeah, I had them. Let me tell you y'all something. Technology plays 85% of with our kids in today's world. Our teachers are only here to have our children for XYZ amount of hours out of the day. Your child is not my child. I am responsible for your child's education when he or she is in my presence at the school during normal school hours. If your kid is playing a sport or some sort, not tutoring, I am not responsible for your child. You are. Technology is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
As the teachers don't get paid enough to deal with y'all kids. The teacher told me when PJ was in school, "Oh, Miss Weber, we found out that music soothes him when he's testing."
Oh, okay. The sip alone lets me know you finna fire off. Let's hear it.
Now we're gonna read some comments before I go to jail.
All right.
Come on, come
Let's
on,
do it.
come on, right here. Brooke
Uh,
said, "Can't read." Brooke said, "Can't read or add." We got to go back up because we have missed a lot of comments. Y'all, I'm sorry. I apologize. Miss Burke says yes. Oh gosh, no, I got to go back down. Good. What's your name? Deborah. Deborah. Good. Read these comments. We got comments all the way up here. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know we had all these coming in.
I got you. I
Go
got you.
ahead,
Don't
Deborah.
worry about it. I got
Go,
you.
go, go
All
ahead.
right.
We're gonna
So
start right here.
I'm gonna roll it
After
back
Rita
up
said
because
I'm
I
eating.
don't
Yeah,
worry
right here.
about it. I
That's
got you.
Simone. Simone, go right here.
Right. I did ask Simone to give a little bit more information about iCarly. And she
Okay.
said iCarly is a show that tells you a lot about how robots are taking over and serving food. So she was kind of giving some information what you were saying and what we were saying about the robots serving in the restaurants.
There it is.
And
There it
so
is.
and then we talked about Miss Rita and the calculator. Simone also said it's about them having phones always typing on about how they feel on social media, Robots. Okay, cool. So we get that. The kids, it's not just about having the phone, is what they're doing with the phone. They're having more connection and communication with people outside of their parents.
Read
Tip
what
over said, tip over. SHIT. Yeah. It's some kids walking cause they broke. They broke. Lisa, it's hard out here. Out here. If
Well, I didn't say nothing about whether it was hard or not. I just you kept asking me. You Deborah, you kept asking me, are they 5 and walking to school by themselves? And I kept saying yes. But
I'm
Tempo
out
was
of touch.
me and Tempo was saying the same thing.
But they
Am
broke.
I reading this right? Am I reading that right?
You
Let
read
me
it right.
let me put my glasses on. I don't want to miss no acronyms. Let me see.
You read it right, Lisa. I didn't get it. It went over my head.
Tempo said, shit, it's some kids out here walking because they broke. They broke, Lisa. They broke. It's hard out here. Inflation prices going up. I don't know, but you right about that now, cause gas go up and down. You know, parents got to be at work at different times, like we've been saying. A lot of these kids coming from single parent homes, and even if they do have both parents, their schedule probably don't coincide with them. You know, to take them back and forth to school. But when I said I see the little ones, I was mostly saying like in the cities, like in the city, I see this more, and like in bigger, like I was saying in New York and Chicago, them
Yeah.
kids got that subway thing and that train down to a scientist at 5. You should see them little ashy knees and
Wow.
elbows and snotty noses. They got their big backpacks on, but they know how to work that train and subway. And
Wow.
they can get to and from school. They know how to maneuver that. Okay, Deborah, I need you to read what
Ron Smooth Silk.
yes. Hey Ron, how you doing, love?
Hi.
I need you to read that, what he said.
Okay, but first, welcome, because I think this is the first time Ron has joined our
He was
podcast. So welcome.
I think he was here last week. Yeah,
Okay.
Ron was here last
Oh,
week.
okay.
Hey Ron.
Ron said, "My phone is not my friend. You might be my friend on the other end of the line." Okay, okay. And he also said, "Educate your child at home, not on phone."
Hey. That's all we've been saying. Somebody gets it.
And we
Somebody gets it. That's all we've been saying. Thank you.
absolutely. Well,
Thank
you
you.
know, we
Thank
pretty
you.
much
Thank
have right. But you know what? Look, what Lisa and I are sharing, our feedback or whatever, we're not saying it's gold. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying it's the truth. So we want to hear from you guys. What do you think? If you don't agree with us, let us know. We're here to talk about it. Two country girls talking. Like, share, and subscribe.
you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Burke said can't read or add.
And we said that, and it's a sad situation.
It's
It's
a
a sad
song. It's a
situation.
song out there say play dead like Miss Burke said they can't read or add. Miss Burke said they can't read or add. They can't count.
But
So
they're
okay.
right, right. But they're
They can't.
capable. We're
But
not
they
saying
can't.
right, but they're
They
capable.
can't. She ain't lying. They can't.
They can't. They're not being taught. They're not being taught. All right. Ron said also they can read and see who they follow. Scammers will follow them because parents don't talk to them correctly about scams. See, like we were saying, you open up your kid to a whole world outside your home when you give them those devices. But like Miss Burke said, ain't nothing wrong with giving them a device as long as you put some controls in place. You can put parental controls in place, but if some of them, I guarantee you, the majority of these kids that got these phones ain't no parental controls on those devices. They can go
Okay.
out there and see whatever they want to see.
Miss
Porn.
Miss Burke said, I think the best investment was to pay for my son to go to private school. He's in the 3rd grade. He is on a 7th grade reader level. Okay, now. And they also doing algebra in the 3rd grade. Now, let's talk about this adding this math and this new technology. Now, Miss Burks, my question to that is, I'm not testing your gangster on this show. I'm just asking a question mother to mother. By him being in the 3rd grade and they're already teaching him algebra, because someone, I think Rita, said that they when she was in school, they didn't do this, but now they're doing this. Are they teaching your son, your child, algebra hands-on, or the computer is teaching your child algebra?
Fair question. Fair question.
And I'm going to wait on your response.
All
No
right. Well,
shade, no judgment. I'm just asking,
we
only
just
because
want the
of what
knowledge,
Rita said.
right?
I don't know what state you live in, but each state have different rules and regulations when it comes to education. And private schools are different than what we call them civilian
Public
school.
school. Public
My
school.
kids started out in the military school, and then
Mm-hmm.
they migrated to, when they came to the civilian school, the civilian world, both of my kids had to learn how to adapt. They were higher up in education. That's why both of them ended up graduating a year early, high school a year early. But some of their fundamentals, my children were lost. So I want you to because of what Rita said, because your baby is in the third grade and reading on a seventh grade level, and that's incredible.
That's
And
huge. That's
doing
monumental.
algebra. I was in 11th grade and didn't know how to do algebra. Let me drink some tea.
And to add on that to that, Miss Burks, while Miss Lisa take a sip, Leah wants to know, was it Common Core math? Now that's a whole nother conversation right there, y'all. That Common Core math, like what is that? That Common Core math made no sense to me. And I went all the way up to pre-calculus in high school. That is crazy. I couldn't get
Hey,
it. I had to watch videos.
hey, Cassandra, thanks for chiming in, love. Hey, love. Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome, welcome.
But
Well,
Rita said, but they can find that twerking video. Oh, God. Okay.
they
Okay. Go viral. Ooh, Lord, don't y'all make me do it tonight. Don't,
But
please
what's
don't
wrong?
don't
Wait a
make
minute,
me lose it.
Lisa. What's wrong with a little twerking if it's teaching you how to what 2 + 2 is? Left cheek,
That's the
right cheek.
thing. That's
Well,
the
right.
thing. And I can say this for the teachers. It ain't they ain't teaching them how to say 2 + 2, but it is teaching them how to say, get it, go, get it. That's my baby. Yep, that's my baby. That's your baby, but your baby can't read or not spell his own name, Joe Clark.
It's a song out there that goes left cheek, right cheek, 1 cheek + 1 cheek = 2. Ain't that some math?
The only math that's out there, the parents ain't letting these babies watch them. The only math out there, they ain't letting them watch it. Now.
Now we may find a little humor in all this, but this is truly a serious conversation. It
Read what
truly is. Mhm.
Deborah read what Leah Nielsen said.
Right. She had a question about if it was Common Core math. Oh, wait a minute. It was one before that. She said, ask
Actually,
a young person to tell. Oh, that's a good one. Ask a young person to tell time on a real clock. Not gonna
not
happen.
gonna
They
happen.
grabbed it.
They grab the phone. Not gonna happen. If the big hand ain't on the 12 and the little hand ain't on the 6 on the wall, they don't know what time it is. If the little hand is in between the 6 and the 5 and the big hand is on the 11, they don't know what time it is.
But Lisa and Leah, there's some grown folks who ain't finna try to stand there and read no clock. They gonna look at their phone too.
We talking
I'm
about
looking.
we talking about these cheering and technology. We'll have a grown folk episode next month.
How has technology handicapped you if you are 30 and above?
I got God, Lord.
Messed us up.
That's a great question, Leah Nielsen. Thank you, baby. That's a great question. They sure can't tell time, can't read for poop. Okay. Let me read what Ron wrote. Now,
Okay.
Ron, I got on my good glasses tonight. They're the wrong color, but I got on my good glasses tonight. Real videos when you post. When you post your videos, is followed by scammers and unwanted followers. View your videos and post it to the Facebook feed. Exactly. Great point. Great point. I can tell you a daddy. Oh yeah. You held it down. I can tell. You might be fooling me, but I can tell. Well, you can tell your real parents that come on here, Miss Burke.
Oh,
Read
absolutely.
them
They giving you
saying
solutions.
you Wanda. You can tell, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, they giving solutions. I love it. I love it. All right, Miss Brooks. Oh, she was just
Ron wrote in school. He paused.
uh-huh.
Depends on how much the kids listen, air quote, to teacher or watch monitor screen. Ooh. Mm, mm,
Well, if you haven't noticed,
mm.
I'm gonna say TikTok. How
Okay.
long each video? Most of those videos are what, 5 minutes or less, 3 to 5 minutes. It is shortening your attention span. I'm guilty of if they're not getting right to it, I'm off. I'm just scrolling. Okay, I mean, it is shortening even our attention span. So if the kids are on the TikTokers and however long these short videos or whatever on social medias, if they don't have the attention span to watch a 3 to 5 minute video, you talking about you finna stand up here and watch a teacher talk about 40 to 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes per subject?
And the reason why they don't want to watch the teacher because she's not fun. It's not interesting. It's not entertaining. It's boring.
Yeah, all
But
that plays a factor.
our subjects here for this month is talking about our children, younger generation, and technology.
Yep. Absolutely, which spills over into the classroom, as Miss Burks just didn't share with us. So
Okay, Ms. Burke did respond back to me. She said they are required to read books and take accurate reading.
accelerated. Mm.
Uh, wait,
Pull
baby.
your glasses down to your nose, tip of your nose.
What that? No, let me put them on. What that word say?
Accelerated.
Accelerated reading quizzes. Um, hey, I like your baby school. Too bad in private. These, these folks ain't finna pay for nothing. They don't even want to pay to get in the game. They want to go to the game free.
I mean, but I mean,
Brooks is laughing, and Brooks said a whole lot of skeleton faces. I don't know what that means. I guess when I said play dead, like Miss Burke says, yes, they did. Common Core Math too. Oh my God.
she answered Leah's question. Yep.
Cassandra, read what Cassandra says. Okay. Cassandra says, my daughter asked me, Mama, why can't I go to YouTube or Google? Because parental controls are on it. I don't play that. Your phone is G rated.
Good
Let
answer,
me read that
Cassandra.
again. My
Good.
daughter asked me, Mama, why can't I go to YouTube or Google? Because parental control, because parental control are on it. I don't play that, Cassandra said.
Mhm.
Your phone is G rated. Love. Need
Good
some more
answer.
parents like you, Cassandra.
Good answer. Good
Need some more parents
answer.
like you, Cassandra. Welcome. Get in there. Get in there. Ooh-wee. This
Well,
is
Lisa,
good.
it wouldn't be me if I did ask the question. How do you strike the balance? How do we help these kids, Lisa?
You
Your kids
got
are
to
grown. Your kids are
listen.
grown.
You,
Simone
I'm,
is.
I'm still saying what I was saying last month before last week before last. You got to get that phone. Go through your kids' phone. Find out what they're doing. Now, Miss Burke says she got her son the watch. Okay. A lot of these
Hmm.
kids, 90% of these kids don't have the watch. It's my first time hearing of the Gab watch. So, and once you install in it what you want in it, they can't go back and try to, maneuver and do anything, undermine and do anything that they want to do with it.
Hmm.
Um, until you know I guess somebody will try to hack it or whatever, but we got to find a connection with our kids. Technology is taking over. I'm not going to even say, well, go in the next room and play the game with them. No, because you're still not helping them. We
Hmm.
don't know our children because we don't communicate. And question number one says in front of the question mark, communication. We're not communicating. Do we still, I know this is not a Christian show, but do we still pray together? Are we still doing that with our children in seating? Do we still like talk to them about things of the world? Are we still doing that? I know some of y'all probably are.
Some
Some
of them
of y'all
probably
are.
are.
But until we find, like you said, that common ground, technology is getting worse, Deborah.
I know.
And
I
it's growing.
know.
My son is cybersecurity in the military. It's growing every day.
It's not
Every
slowing down.
day. They're testing a dog or a cat or a rat every day.
It's
Never,
not slowing down.
they're texting human beings right now. For my God, we got robots bringing your food to the table. You go in some restaurants now, the waitress, a real human waitress, may bring your food, but when it's time to pay, they got the thing on the table. You put your card in there and pay yourself. Technology is a beast, man.
It is.
And if we
It is
don't
not
find
slowing
some
down.
kind of way to connect with our children, I'm not talking about these 30, 40, 50-year-old kids. You still gonna love them. You've done the best you could about them. They got to go out here and try to get it on their own. If they come back and talk to us and ask questions, that's all gravy. I'm talking about from a baby to, I'm just gonna say, 21, 25.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they're in college, they still don't understand. They still don't know. You
Right.
still got to have some type of connection, communication with these kids, with this younger generation. We're losing
That's
our kids. We have lost so many from drugs, violence, gun violence, and we're killing each other. And
that is so that is
why?
so true.
What you that mad at? Still dropping out of school. Dropping out of school is still a high rate here in the state
It,
of Mississippi.
I think, yeah, like I said, I think it's nationwide.
Why?
So we can declare everything else a state of emergency, a national emergency, but we can't declare that on our kids, their education,
Hey,
their future.
hey, our government don't want us to whip them. We can't punish them. When they call 911, they come running. And the first time 911 take them out of your address, that's it. They're ruined. But I told 911, I wish a mother would. Hold on, let me go get all her stuff. When you take out here, she can't come back. I got another child to raise. Uh-huh.
and they and the kids got to understand, if your parent is questioning you and trying
It's
to
not
communicate with you on any kind of level, that is love. When they're concerned about your well-being, who you're with, who you're not with, that is love. That's an expression of love. You got many kids out here, their parents don't care where they go, what time they come in, who they hang out with. They don't ask them about their day. So if you got parents that is giving you that attention, don't let it be the first thing you say. Oh, you're just too strict, or what? No, that is love.
read what
I'm
Cassandra
concerned.
read what Cassandra wrote.
Cassandra said, cause I do not play the radio. What, the radio with these kids? Now she gotta tell me what that means, Liz.
Read the
How
next
do
one. Read the next one.
Okay, I am asking from Disney. Do you give permission, Akila,
Kylie.
download to download this movie? She's on it. She's fun, it, but she's a great example. She is the parental control. Okay, her and Miss Burks and whoever else is on here. This is a shout out to you too.
I'm
Y'all
trying
are the
not to
parental
laugh because I
control,
don't want to start coughing. Oh my
and I
God.
love y'all for it. I love you guys
You
for
had
it.
to ask Disney. God dog. Uh, uh, Leah Nielsen said Cassandra, good mama.
Good
Uh,
mama.
and look, read what Leah wrote.
My son Christian started a game with me called Ask Me Anything. He wanted
Okay.
me to know and understand him. Oh, I love
I
it.
love it. I love it too. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Make it look, parents. If y'all, just like Leah said, if y'all got to make it a game, we did it. If you got to make it a game, make it a game so your child can start to get close to you and understand you. Don't think you mean all the time, even though I was, but I had to be. And 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 your child or your children will open up to you more.
Yes. Yes.
Find that now, that common ground you was talking about, Deborah. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. We heard what we heard, Lisa. More parental control. Make technology your friend with that Gab watch. Use it. Don't abuse it. More communication with your children, which will lead into like the game Leah was talking about. Ask
Yes,
me
ma'am.
anything, and then you'll learn your kids. We
Yes,
just
ma'am.
look the Felice and Deborah show, and everyone that participated tonight that gave us 4 things to help our children. 4 things. Beautiful. I love it. And you know what? Tonight has been awesome. It has been great. The chat was on fire. We had Miss Burks to call in. We had someone in that age group, Miss Simone, to provide us some feedback into their world also. And we have gone over our hour that we usually try to stick to. Good night. Good
Oh, we sure did.
conversation. And Lisa's gonna take us out.
We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Felisa and Deborah show. Let's talk about it. You know, whatever it is. We're not judging. We're not pointing fingers at you parents. We just want you guys honest feedback, and we're here to help because we've been there, done that. And we also know that today's technology with our children has completely taken over. If it's not technology, it's violence and drugs and other things from the streets because they feel like they can find more love out there in the streets. I don't think that's true, but that's there because they don't have the mamas and the daddies right there in their face to show them that type of love. That's why it's so easy for them to go into the technology part of it. We get it. You know, we're not dumb, blindside, or stupid. We get it. So thank y'all so much for watching. We'll be back here next Wednesday, 6 Central, 7 Eastern Time. Same place, same time, doing the same thing right here on DM Fusion Live TV, right here on the YouTube platform. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Take care. God bless. And good night. Thank y'all. We love you.
And we want to mention on Tuesdays, the Lisa Janae Show.
On Tuesday, catch me live on the Felicia Janae Talk to Him podcast show, right here live on YouTube, 6 Central, 7 Eastern Time, each Tuesday and Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. We're just loving, we're just putting love out there. We're just trying to reconnect with our children and try to save as many of our kids as we can. We're here to help
Yes.
each other. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. DM Fusion TV, and we're out.
We're out.
Thank everybody who came on, called in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love you
See
guys.
you
God
next
bless.
Wednesday.